everyone. Just stretching a little bit. Sorry if that sounds weird. How goeseth everyoneeth? What's up, Iman? How's it going, my friend? I actually added those in. Hopefully they go through. Currently on YouTube, I'm unable to edit it in. There we go. It's in now. Sweet. Anyways, how you doing today, Iman? All right. So we're working on states. It's an enum that we have that switches depending on what we're in. Good. I was about to make a third-person elimination game using Unity. That sounds fun. Why'd you say I was? What happened? Enum to string. Let's go ahead and I want to see if these are printing out correctly. See, this is climbing when it should be walking. That is cling. Okay. That's climbing, but we're not switching. On. Sorry. Do you code in C++? Yeah. This is all C++. And I know how to use like the STD library and all that. I can do it natively. Not amazingly, right? I actually have to do advent of code, which I haven't done. Returns true if A equals to B. It's interesting that it's not working because we have it in here. Well, hey, if we're in the air, right? I guess there's much more to it. So if we're in cling, and also we need to find a way to set. Ria, hi, how's it going? Didn't see you there. How is your morning or day? I don't know where you are. I know I say that a lot, but I should just ask how your day's going. Make it a little more simple for us, huh? So we have a switch case if we're in different enumerators right here. But I feel like in movement, we're not allowing this movement if we're... So we have a climb movement mode right here that's taking in a value as well of a F input action value. So I think I should be able to just set those things in here. I'm back from outer space. What? And you didn't take me? Stay real? What's this? By the way, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing today? I'm back from outer space. I vanished without a trace. Yeah. E movement mode, or not movement, movement state. Actually, we want to turn the current state, and we want to make this to E movement state. Walking. Ooh. I mean, honestly, I could probably just say walking here. You're getting more subscribers. I am, man. Praise the Lord. God is good. He's been hooking it up. Every day he hooks it up. He hooks it up, chat. The God, God is good, man. All right. So if we're not on ground, so if this equals to false, and we're in cling, and right, we're in the movement mode, state mode cling, right? And I think we might have to say, and we're not climbing. I hope. Yeah, when you get big, don't forget us. I will never forget you guys. In fact, I'm writing your names all down right now. Let's write them all down. Notepad. All right. Stay real. We got a mine. GM. I gotta write these names down, guys. Going good. Ria. You're getting back on Blender sometime today? Are you gonna show us what you make? Do you want me to give you a prompt? Something real simple to start off with? I'm gonna start writing pay it forward. I'm writing your guys' name down. If things go well, I'll send you a special gift. Pinky promise. So if we're in the current state of being clung to the wall and we're not on the ground, this means we are in the air and we can transition into the cling, while this one will exit. Well, shoot, because it could be none a lot of the times. Sure, a prompt sounds good. I'm going to give you something real easy. Something real easy, because it could be multiple things, right? And you can make your own if you want to. All right, Ria, here we go. And this is for everyone. If this guy, what you guys want to do, you 3D modeler, you want a prompt just for fun, stylized trash can. You also should make a donation thing. Yeah, I'll probably put one up. If people want to help, I can put one up in the description. I can put it in the description of this video and on Twitch if I wanted to. But you need to get monetized first and then unlock it. Really. All right, guys, and we got to push for 500 subs. Go tell everyone you know what we're doing here, because I'm not just doing this, you guys are doing it too, because it doesn't matter what I'm doing here if people don't play it, if people don't support it, if people don't like it. All right, so you guys are just as important as I am. But yeah, I think I could set up something in the comment section of this video if I wanted to, but I haven't thought about it because one, I typically do stuff for the streams, like making stuff like this right on the weekends when I can do it, and I guess I could do it this weekend. I'll put it in there, but I just don't want to flood the comments, the description with so much stuff, But yeah, man, we also got some merch. I can set up some merch for you guys if that's something you're interested in. Man, merch. Yeah, well, I would. Here, hold up. Let me see if I can find the shirt. It's the Nazareth Studio shirt that I wear. It's something, you know, I made the logo. And I've gotten some t-shirt. I got a t-shirt made. So, you know, if you're interested in buying one, on the, you know, side here, it'd say like supporter, right? And then, you know, the developers have like dev on the side here. I knew it. Yeah, he was like, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm also thinking of getting a snapback made. So if that's something you guys are interested in, just let me know. I can look into possibly getting these things made. But I will be real with you. I work with a gentleman close by, right? That way I can see things, you know, so it might be a little bit more because I would have to hand ship them, right? So just let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. If you are, it is something I can definitely do. Or I can look at, maybe I can look at if Amazon can do it. Merch. Yes, sir. And then we can do some Judah stuff later on down the line. But I work on this game so much, I might have to pay someone to do it. But yeah, how do we exit out of this transition? So right now we have it. So in order to exit this, we just need the current state to be none. So we come in here and we're clinging, and that should just be good enough, I think. I am interested 100%. All right, then I'll start looking into them. I knew it. I can't buy them. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll have like something going on in the future that'll make that possible. Look, see, I'm in cling. Yet here it is, not working. And we're not exiting afterwards because it doesn't have a transition to exit from. It just has if this is none. And it looks like this is never set to none. So we're gonna have to, you can find 3D modelers. Well, I am a 3D modeler, right? But when it comes to 2D art, I am not the quickest and I'm not the best. And I would like to create something, if I were to make anything, something really cool for people. And I don't trust myself to do that. So it makes me feel like these aren't really working. And the interesting thing about this that I'm thinking of at the moment is that we're moving into the climb state from these. So we are in the flying mode, but we also need to check if we're climbing too. That is something. Get current state enum equal to climbing. We could say this, and we can check out this. And if these both are met, then we'll do it, right? That could be another reason. And then in order to exit out of this, you know, we don't want to be flying, we don't want to be on the ground, and we want to check the current state. Make sure this is none. Oh, you mean on Fiverr? Yeah, we could definitely find someone on Fiverr, but I like to meet people organically. I feel like I've found a lot of artists who are more, what's the word? I just like the quality a little bit more of people you talk to. Sometimes like it might be a little bit more, but there's been a lot of instances where I've seen people just not have a good experience. So personally, I want to try to find a way to mitigate that. And I think the best way is by just meeting people organically, either in person or online in a forum somewhere. Who knows? I might look up on Reddit, but I'm sure there's plenty of other sites that do stuff other than that. And we're exiting here, if I remember correctly, right? So if we're not on the ground, we're not flying, and our current state is none. I don't know if this will work, but we're just gonna dabble a little bit. Yeah. Whee! Let's fly up there. Get Scott Cawthon on this. Who's Scott Cawthon? Is he on Twitter? Scott Cawthon. Oh, FNAF? Imagine. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I never played that game. I know of it. And I respect it, but I never got to play it. So now we're having an issue entering into climbing. Wait, let's see if it's when we walk up to it. All right, when we walk up to it, it's fine, right? But when we jump on it, we're just hovering in space. I actually kind of like it. It looks like he's flying. Go in here. So when we're jumping, we're having a problem entering in here. And that's because this needs to equal to climb. And this, yeah, see what is that? Not, wait. Yeah, none. We're gonna have to fix some things. Have you played all of the FNAF Stay Real? All right, and there we go. A little glitchiness though, and I think it's just because we're printing out so much things. Let's fix that. It's coming out of a jump from a cling, and it looks like, yeah. So when we're coming out of the cling, we want to we want to make sure that we're equal to false. Right? Because I think these are specific towards, no, only one and security breach. Okay. How long are they typically, if you don't ask me, or if you don't mind me asking? So we come in here. Let's see. Boop boo. And then we do this. I kind of feel weird doing that. Let's move this over here. And thinking, is there any other checks that we need to make? I know specifically for this one, we just made sure that we're not on the ground and that we're in the climb mode. So I feel like we're still not on the ground, but the state has changed from being none. So if it doesn't work, what it means is that we're not changing from none, right? Which is exactly what's happening. I feel like we should probably do it on the jump. But do we do it out? Yeah, we run this, so we'll just put current state equals E movement mode, none. And I kind of feel like we need to have something for that case scenario. FNF1 is about 5 hours, and a security breach took me at a minimum 20 hours. So it's a pretty big game, huh? Kind of want a security breach. Five Nights at Freddy's. What do you think makes FNAF games so big? Steel wool. That's pretty cool. Is that his because it looks like it's published by him, Scott Games. There we go. All right. And we can just get rid of this now. I feel like that's kind of messing things up. And now we have this. We're climbing, jumping off. Jumping looks a lot better. I still want to get like the initial jump stance where he jumps. Maybe when you press the button, I don't know. All I know is if I use a blend space for this, it's gonna look really weird. Yes, security breach is a lot bigger. The original gameplay and the mascot horror elements. Yeah, it looks like it's more of a psychological, or not a psychological, but it's an FPS horror game. So it's not really the click and maneuver style that I know FNF to be known for. You know it's a scary game though, right guys? Have you had the chance to play any of the Silent Hill titles? Those are actually my favorite horror games. Like Silent Hill. Especially the second one. So why is it that, like, let's say I climb up here, right? I can't, all of a sudden I can't jump. Let's see if I can do that from, yeah. It's because I jump and we're not resetting the climb. I want him to be as, no, you haven't? Yeah, it's a pretty like creepy game. And I definitely don't think it's symbolically Christian friendly at all either, but it's something I played when I was younger, so, and watched my brother play. I do like the Silent Hill games. They're some of my favorite, as well as like what is it, Resident Evil Biohazard and Resident Evil Village. I never fully got to beat Resident Evil Village, so I might have to play that again sometime soon. I just remember the FOV gave me a real big headache, or I probably would have. Yeah, Doom, but Doom's a fun game. I never even got to beat the second one, dude. I bought it and everything. But every time I loaded it up, it like the monitors freak out and it like flips it this way vertically. And then I have to like alt tab, and it's actually really annoying. But yeah, so I think these are pretty good. We need to have a downward climb. So let's go ahead and work on that. Let's go ahead and work on that. Downward. Have you beaten all the Dooms? Stay real. I like to think of it as a Christian game. The Doom Slayer. I'm slaying demons like Jesus when he returns. Must be Christian game. No, I get it. I honestly, I'm not saying playing other games are horrible, because like we have the ability to distinguish between what's real and not real, right? And while there might be things that are based off of real life, we know better. So, right, I don't believe like, oh, don't play games. But I just, there's people out there who think they can do magic because they played magic games growing up, or they're really fascinated into it and they looked into it. So it's kind of what I'm getting at. And no, I usually don't play whole series. Why? You just feel like anything after the first, or I should say maybe even the second, is just not going to be comparable to the game that you liked in the series. Also, guys, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, please make sure to do so. Boom, 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 boom. So now we have to kind of change all of this, even though I don't want to. Because, man, did it look good. I kind of want to just keep it there and try to manipulate it. Yeah, no, I get that completely. I think the game I'm going to be trying out here, though, the day after, man. I mean, it's an MMO. I've been looking for something I can sink my teeth into. I recently bought Starfield, and while I like Starfield, it's just it's too much beta, right? It's just too much beta. And what I mean by that is, like, you still fall through. You'll be in outer space and you'll be climbing down your ship's ladder and you'll fall through the spaceship randomly and just be floating in, space. Oh, dude, I have Subnautica. I have Subnautica. I've played it. I just haven't played the second one. I've wanted to, but I've never gotten the chance to. It's just like whenever time comes to play another game, I kind of don't have the ability to, or something else comes out, right? I kind of like the tilt there. I'm in the middle of the second one. It's not as good. That's what I would assume. 10 out of 10 game. I agree. Subnautica is an excellent game. They did, that's what I'm trying to achieve, right? And I know it sounds silly, but it's all right to dream. I just want people to remember that, to have high expectations for what you create. But, I feel like this game came out, and even in early access, it was really good. Right? And there's plenty of other games with that as an example. It's just like you get it and you're like, wow, this is really good for an indie early access game, right? No, what did I do? Thank God. Let's go ahead and do the location and routes. I'm in the middle of the... That's what I'm basing my indie game off of. Just like the exploration and mystery. Yeah, I do like... That's my forte. I want to create something like that one day as well. Just adventure, right? Because that's the whole idea of exploration. Right? What is exploration without mystery? Why do you explore? You know, like people, when they go and they're like, hey man, I want to check the back of this parking lot out. I've never seen it before. Why do they do it? Because they've never seen it. It's a mystery to them, and therefore they're exploring to, you know, discover what it looks like. And I just like that idea. I was working on a space traveling game at one point with customization aspects. I wanted like Starfield, you know, where it's essentially like the guns in Escape from Tarkov, where you have your base and then you can expand from there, so on and so forth. It's pretty good for alert between those two. I also want to incorporate something like the Leviathans because they are terrifying. Are you talking about specifically the Leviathans in Subnautica, or since, you know, this is a Christian channel, you know, Leviathan from the Bible? Now that would be crazy. That would be crazy sick. So yeah, let's start trying to get him to walk down. I think to do that, guys, is we like paste this here, right? And I'm just using that as a placeholder. And instead we add this. And then we move this here, right? And now we're walking down, right? Yes. I think we're walking down. Anyways, let's get the head incorporated in here. No, I don't know why you shot out all the way over there. I ate my dinner and now I'm back. What did you have for dinner, dude? I'm jealous. I love eating. What do you think I got this from, huh? Yes, the both, exactly. I meant both. Yeah, no, oh, so you're saying a culmination. Yeah. I think anything with that type of aspect to it is pretty interesting. I mean, it's kind of like Jaws, where you're... it's more like under the bed type of stuff. Like, oh, there's something that could be under the bed. What's lurking underneath, you know? It's mystery that scares us, not knowing, right? And trying to find a way to create that feeling. And if you achieve it, it's such a good feeling. I think I realized I really loved game design when I was doing my classes. And our objective was to, I mean, we worked on a team to make a board game, and we made several. I made a zombie one, but the first one we did, I was in a team, and we created a checkers-like game. And I realized I like game design when people were playing it. They were laughing, they were having fun, they were getting competitive, and just to see them happy, it made me happy. So I was like, yeah, I want to do this. I like this. This is fun. I ate one of those Uzbek dishes. Is dolma? All right, I gotta look this up. Dolma. Dolma. Ooh. It looks like a family of stuffed dishes. Feeling of rice, minced meat. Ooh, that looks really good. What is the oh, and that's like spinach. It looks like steamed spinach. That looks good. At first you're like, why is it green? And then you're like, oh, that's just leaves, baby. There's nothing wrong with leaves. Spinach. Looks good. Although, like, that looks like the the leaf from The Land Before Time. The one that Littlefoot is obsessed with. If you guys seen the show. Same. And it tastes good. What type of meat did you guys have in it? Or did you just have rice and some other things? So for the head, when we're... I think I want him to look down a little bit more. Hey, that looks pretty good, huh? That was a pretty quick one. Right? I'm happy about that. Yesterday, I was sitting there for what, like 40 minutes working on that one animation, and I still didn't finish it. And now, like, you play the game, and you're like, I kind of don't even notice it. So let's go ahead and export this. I don't know if I saved it, so we'll save it again. And let's just get this downward. Boom. Cool. Elias Garcia, how's it going, man? Thank you for joining the channel. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are. Yeah, it does look cool, doesn't it? It's not perfect yet, right? We still have to go into here at some point, and I kind of dread it. If I can get into it. Where is it? Graph editor. And then we get to come in here and, you know, play with all these things. And you can change essentially the way they interpolate in between each other, and it can make things really smooth or really wonky. So when we cross that bridge, we'll cross it, but you know, you don't really know, you just know that it tastes good. Fair enough. That's how it is for me when I eat fast food. I don't know what they put in it. It could be anything, but I love it. You know, I like to go to like I'll be real with you, chat. I prefer the hole in the walls, right? There's this burger joint near me. It's like a hole in the wall. And you go in there and like you get fries and you get a double bacon guacamole burger, right? And I'm American in that sense. I love my burgers. But, you know, the fries taste delicious, and the hole in the walls, they always give you a bag this big filled with fries. And if you get the zucchini fries, it's just as large, right? It's like, talk about a meal for an entire day. You buy one thing and you're good for the rest of the day. But yeah, let's go ahead and incorporate this cool little animation we've made. And boop boop boo, let's find out where it is. Let's see, models, Judah model, animation, downward. Let's get it in here, import all. Sweet. And now that we have that going on, guys, now we get to, I think it should be as simple as us just adding it into here and then turning this to what, -600. And I'm going to have to, I got to remember, I'm taking the velocity and I'm doing it by the power of 1. I don't know the correct way of saying that. So essentially, no matter what it is, it's positive. So I have to get rid of that and just get the actual number. So that way I can have him get negative values. Where is it? Why did it come? Oh, you know what it is? I put it in wrong. Jesus. Lord have mercy. It's alright, guys. It's the beginning of the day. It's the beginning of the day. Alright, let's make sure that we set the skeletal mesh and we get rid of import mesh. Oh, the absolute value. Yeah. Well, it's not the absolute value. I guess you could get the absolute value, but I did to the power of, because, you know, like a negative number by times itself is a positive number. So it's just something I did quickly, but I should use absolute value. That's a lot better, honestly. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I think I was trying to think of that, and I was like, what was it? It's the power of, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and throw this in here. Let's get rid of the content drawer and just drag this down. And now, you know, if we're not doing nothing, we do this. We start climbing up. And if not, we start climbing down. But we need to put this up, what is it, 1.5, I believe, for the rate of scale. So that way it matches our velocity. Absolute value equals, if it's negative, make it positive, else let it as it's. Leave it as is. Yeah, I just use the power of. And it works. I mean, it works. But is it the most efficient? No. Yeah, I'll show you guys. In here. No, I didn't actually. I just took the actual value. Sweet. I did that with the walking. Right? Or I just got the vector length. I could have sworn I got the... Oh, I did. See? Yeah. But we can go ahead and get rid of that. And just literally put that. And that should set us up. What PC games do you play on the regular? Me? What do I play on the regular? It depends on how I'm feeling. I like city management games. I like money management games. For city, you know, stuff like Civ. For the money, stuff like Planet Coaster. In regards to FPS, I play like Apex Legends. I kind of want him to look my way. I might have to fix that. But yeah, I play a lot of games. I was playing Sunken Land for a bit. If you don't know what Sunken Land is, it's like essentially like a mix between Rust and The Raft. So yeah, and it's only $20. Yeah. What about you, Elias? What games do you play? Boom. It's starting to look all right. We got to start hammering out the vaulting, and then once we get that done, we can kind of work on the little details, like him actually jumping up. I'll put a slope in here, so maybe we could start working on IKs. That way, when he's standing on a slope, his feet will adjust to the slope. But yeah, I also want this to be quicker. I feel like it takes it too long to blend in between them. What do you guys think? Let's work on that really quick. I think that's as simple as changing the transition speed on here. Is it? Can you just do that? Like if I select this? I like top-down shooter games and platformers and 3D third-person shooters and sometimes FPS. Yeah, FPS is just... I try not to play them too much because they get me angry. They really are just... They're purely... they're competitive base, and that's what competition does for me. It makes me angry. Especially with how many people are hacking nowadays. I just don't get it. I'm like, why? Why hack, dude? To each their own, though. I mean, it's doing it faster, but not fast enough. I kind of want it to be instant. You know what I'm saying? Priority order, bidirectional. What does that mean? The transition can go both directions. That's interesting. Standard blend, we can internalize it. I'd prefer to make this a little bit more linear. I wish I could play the transition. That way I would know for sure if that's what I wanted. Do you know some trigonometries? Yeah. Like the radius and all that. What do you think, chat? Degrees, radius, yeah. Although I'm not a big fan of trigonometry, it's kind of confusing, but it's nice for like 2D stuff. You think I would like it though, with how much I like pi, and all you use in that is pi, whether you're multiplying or dividing. If I was to play PC, it would be like Apex or Overwatch. Nice choices. Overwatch 2 though, man, what do you think about that? I've been getting into Quest 3 games though, dude. Hasha, ha-cha-cha. I bought this. I want to develop on it. I want to make board games. Stay Real says, I play PS5. That's cool. So do I. I have actually... Yeah, I'm a gamer, guys. I'm a gamer. I'm kind of playing through the Final Fantasy, the newer one, right now on that. I'm waiting for Rebirth. In, what was it, February? Overwatch 2 is just Overwatch with a few more characters, right? That must have been so frustrating for you guys. They made you wait so long for that, and then they go and do that to you. Hopefully, I pray to God that never happens to me or anything of that nature, if things go well. I'm fond of trigonometries. They're very cool. You can do so much things, such as procedural generation using sinus. Yeah, I mean, but you would use that for the Perlin noise, right? And then you would have to... Whoa, what happened there? That's interesting. So if we just jump off, we're fine. But if we jump off in that direction, we're not fine. Huh. I wonder what that is. But yeah, you're definitely right. You could use sine for that. I was so mad, dude. I have buddies who love that game, and they were just flaming. They're like, "What the heck is this?" I'm not, I'll keep it Disney here, but you get what I'm saying. They were using a very colorful form of English, to say the least. Hello, movement looking nice so far. Straylock, you straying in here again, man? Thank you so much. How you doing today, bro? Yeah, but there is some bugs. There is some bugs. But if you haven't looked up Sebastian, you should. He has a very, very good introduction to procedural generation, actually, in Unity. Was it Sebastian Lagu? This guy here, right? Do yourself a favor, Emine, go check him out. He has videos, specifically a playlist here, procedural terrain generation.
Before we were using
right? Excellent source of information on procedural generation, creating land masses through procedural generation. I would go check it out. Highly recommended, guys. Highly recommended. I was only into Overwatch 1 in the beginning, so Overwatch 2 didn't really bum me out. True. So you didn't really expect much from it, I'm assuming. Fine, finishing the day, and tomorrow is off. What? You get tomorrow off? What are you going to go do? You better go get some pizza, because pizza is delicious, and it's a great way to celebrate with your friends and family. Advertisement brought to you by Paul's Pizzas. Oh, I'm subscribed to him. I watched all his videos. I gotta watch the new one. That guy is just... He's a madman. His patience is unmatched, in my opinion. I have very little patience, so doing that stuff and just working through it is very tedious tasks for me. But yeah, if you notice... when we look away, we get this result, and I don't know why. Ah, you know what it is. Let's go ahead and print. I bet you I'm putting it into walking mode because I'm setting up my walk in my move script here up here, right? And that's whenever you put it. So, right. And this keeps yelling at me to download the new update, but I'm scared too. After what happened to me the first time with Unreal, I'm like, I won't update anything now. There will be no updates. Sorry, let's go into the player character. And we're going to go ahead and get the current state. Right? We're going to print, what is it? Enum to string. And we're going to print this out. Print. And I guarantee you, well, at least I hope, because then that's an easy fix. Right? Yeah, see that right there? I'm currently walking because I'm moving. Right? So we can go ahead and get rid of that now. And part of me is like, debug. I want to make a debug for this, just like I've done with this, right? Because then I won't have to worry about copying and doing all this stuff all the time. He impressed me. He impresses me too. He does fabulous stuff, man. I mean, did you look at his little thing where he creates... I can't even describe it because he's just so over my head with everything he does. But let's see, what was it? He was doing the ant and slime. This one here, that stuff is crazy to me. But yeah, you should host a game jam. I will host a game jam in the future once we start getting more people and I feel comfortable with it, because right now I've just created an LLC and I got a bunch of stuff I have to set up with that. So it's, while doing this and streaming and yada yada, it's stuff I have to get to on the weekends. So in the future, when we get more people in the Discord, more people that we know are developers, I'll have one. That way there's some competition in it, right? And maybe, who knows, we can put some merch or something on the line for people if they want to be a part of it. I will be back. Okay, Terminator, we will see you back.
I will be back. Wow. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Wow.
How was that impression, guys? Was that good? All right, let's go ahead and fix this. We need to come in here. In the issue at hand is that we are setting movement walking in this area when we shouldn't be. We shouldn't even have access to this. I'm trying to think how I can do this. Really good? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that one wasn't that great.
But I'm trying. It's very hard to do. It's very hard.
And being consistent with it. Add movement inputs. We got all this. That doesn't matter. This matters. And I need to figure out where to place this so it's behind a gate. By the way, I just want to say, I'm jambling my words again. Thank you to all the subscribers out there. You know, we started off at 28 at the beginning of this week, and somehow magically, by the blessings of God, we're now almost, I think, at 60? So if I don't see it, it's probably because you have it hidden, or as you've essentially set it up to hide. Yeah, we're at 59 subscribers, guys. We're almost at 60. We got to push for that 500. Then we can monetize the channel and start, you know, generating funds for the project. That's what a lot of this is about, just getting supporters and people interested in it, raising awareness for the title and its series, the series itself. Because Lion of Judah is going to be a series. Because I like them. And yeah, let's keep pushing, guys.
Yep.
Bro, learning Blender is super hard. Yeah, it is hard, but once you learn where everything is, you start getting it. Once you learn your macros, click and tab and yada yada. Why not making devlogs? It's something I'd have to do on the weekend. And now that we actually have footage, that's the main issue, is getting the footage, right? Now that we have the footage, I'm able to do that. Beforehand, it was a little hard. And I'm just getting used to the workload, I guess you could say, while being a family man. Last night I was a little sad. I had to tell my daughter I couldn't play with her on stream. Sorry. So, the issue here is that we need to place this here. Right? Am I right or am I right? And by the way, you'll see two states here because there's going to be other areas of the game with different type of movement, guys. I love how consistent your live streams are. I want to try to make them as consistent as possible because, one, it's encouragement for me to get work done, staying tasks. Someday, when I wasn't streaming, some days I'd be like, take the day up, and it's just, we don't have the leisure to do that because, I don't know. It's interesting. You'd be surprised. I've had a lot of people contact me who are Christian, who are really, they tell me that they believe in this game, and it means so much to me that my little character does that. And I just thank God that it does, because I've been making it a very prominent decision in my life, guys, to essentially leave things in God's will. Like, I don't want to pray for something because, one, I don't know what's good for me. So I feel like the best way to go about it is to just pray for God's will to happen. It's kind of like Jesus's perfect prayer, right? So the fact that this is all coming together, people are telling me that, it tells me, that that's something that God is granting. But yeah, look at him. He's looking down. There's some instances where, it just doesn't feel. Do you guys see that? Like when you go up, it feels like he's sliding a little. And I feel like I probably have to get root motion involved at some point. So we're going to have to study that and figure that out. Named Gemini AI from Google. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't trust AI. That's why I say nothing but nice things about it, right? Because I know it's recording all of this. It's recording this right now, right? I just don't get it. Why would you create something that's gonna do all that? I get like having tools to assist humanity so we can focus on other things, but it's like there's a real blessing in hard labor, right? And granted, I think some things, they should be hard. They shouldn't be easy. But yeah, see how he looks back? I kind of want him facing the camera at all times. So once we get vaulting in, we'll work on that. Come on, Judah. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to write this down on my little whiteboard back here, guys. So give me a second. Vaulting. All right, I've written it down, guys. But it's Judah, not Sonic. Spin like Sonic, and then when he comes down to attack people, he whips them with his tail. He's like, yeah. No, I'm going to. So Sonic, he's a hedgehog that, you know, hedgehogs are known for spinning in their balls. What are lions known for? They're known for prowling. So I kind of want to include something like that into the mechanics of the game and how he attacks. Right? But no, I like the idea. It's definitely an attack that could happen, right? Because just because Sonic spins in a ball doesn't mean like that's all Judah does, right? Because that's kind of all Sonic does. He spins in a ball, shoots across the ground, slams into enemies, stuff like that. That's his trope attack. While it could be one of several attacks of Judah. So I think it's a good idea, honestly. Okay, do climbing. Yeah, well, trust me, there's a lot of stuff that you guys are saying that are pretty much in the works, guys. I mean, I have sprinting, if you didn't know, but it only works on the mobile phone because it's based off of the tilt function. So like when you're running, if you tilt it, he'll sprint, or if you like this, he'll sprint. I just got to work it out. I'm trying to create it with as much. Essentially, you get as much out of it with as little input with little input, right? That's what I'm thinking of. Like you hold down a key and he holds an animation of him prowling, and when you let go, he pounces. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's a really good idea. Especially because then you can use that to charge it up, and I think when you hit an enemy and you take him down, it would feel so good. That's a really good idea. Make a new friends for Judah. I will. But we'll work on that once towards the end of releasing the game. Because I want to make sure everything is set in stone first, and then, you know, like any other game, we can release seasons with characters who have their own animations, their own little jump attacks and stuff like that. Like Sonic from Tail, he flies and glides with his tail. Yeah. He's all of the Sonic characters in one. He's strong like Knuckles. He's nimble like Sonic. And he's as fly as Tails. No, I like it, guys. Y'all got some good ideas. But yeah, I'm just playing around right now to see how things feel. Eventually, I am going to need game testers for the game. So the only issue with that is I'm going to try to start it off on the Android store first. Unless we start getting donations, and I can think about doing it on Apple, right? Because they make you pay like $100 or a month or maybe a year. I don't know. But yeah. I do want this game to be free. I don't want this game to have ads. Right? Because I don't know what's going to be on the ads. And I don't like ads in general because I know in my instance, I'll let my daughter use my phone. I'll come back, there'll be like 30 apps, and my phone's super slow because some of these apps have like these weird ads on them where they take you to some weird website, and it's just like, I don't think parents should have to worry about that. They should just be able to hand their phone to their kid, they play a game, and you know, that's it. I got a Samsung tablet to do pixel art so I could test an Android. True. I'll have to try. I will need that because I just have a regular old Android. Was this 22S? Right? So this is how big it is for me. So it'll be nice to see that. Stay Real on YouTube has a question. He says, will it be on PC? No. One day. No, sadly, this is a mobile game. I could do a PC port if that's something everybody's interested in. I don't see an issue with that. But you know, the real problem with it is that I'd have to find out a way to make it more PC friendly. But we'll see how the development goes, guys, because right now I see this as a mobile game, and I would like to, I don't know, I would like to base it around like mechanics you'd see in mobile. But I don't want it too story, because I feel like mobile games are store eccentric. They revolve around buying cosmetics and buying this and buying that. I just want to make it so, you know, if you buy the whole game, you get all the characters, or you can just buy the characters and stuff like that, and use other little things to promote some other, you know, qualities of life. I know, I just wanted to know if the mobile game would have a PC port. It could. It very well could. That's something I'm not like putting down at all. So, if you're excited for the possibility of it, still be excited, because it is very much a possibility. For all you know, if this movement goes well on here, I could create something, you know, a branch off of that with more, you know, complex features. By the way, you could, yeah, for the iOS, I also have a tablet for that. This is what I draw on, guys. I also draw on this thing. I'm not pulling it out. I have a Huey on tablet that I draw on, but I try not to until I bring it to the computer. That's the one I do a lot of fine details on. It's easier because the screen's bigger. But yeah. All right, let's start working on the vaulting. I've never done this before, guys, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Bear. Oh man, long day, huh? Let's go to starter and go ahead and duplicate this. So I want to have multiple vaults because I want to have multiple vaultable objects. But coding makes it more funner, better than Blueprint. I like the pipeline for Unreal, you know, coding stuff and then being able to access in Blueprints, because Blueprints is actually really quick to work with. And while I do like coding more than Blueprints, I still think it's a nice system to have at your disposal. It's just another tool in the toolbox, right, guys? Pose. Goat turquoise white horns. All right, so next up. Oh, we missed a question here. Straylock asked, how will the enemies look like? Planning on doing boss battles, for examples? Yes, I am planning on doing boss battles, but I think that'll be an entirely different update in the future on the mobile app. It's not something that'll be presented at launch, because boss battles is a lot of events, right? You know, if you want to have it so after you take half health he transforms, I could make them simple, right? But there's a lot involved into it. It's definitely something that's going to be in the game, because I do like the idea of boss battles. And I feel like that's a good way to branch into different aspects of the game that I want to have. And when I'll speak of them more when we start getting to those points, because there's a lot of interesting sides to this game that I think a lot of people are going to like and want to test out, because they're just interesting. But yeah, I will be having those in the future, Straylock. Boss battles. Enemies, in regard to enemies. So Judah, he's a friendly little guy. He can see the negative energy in people, and he calls that energy forth, and that's what he's fighting. He doesn't fight people directly, right? So let's see. Stay Real says, I'm learning C# right now, so all I use to code temporarily now is Turbo Warp. I've never heard of Turbo Warp. Because also Unity has visual scripting, and this is from eMine, by the way, guys, like Blueprint. I tried it, and like, it's easy. I like it because it's easy, but like, I don't feel the coding aspect of it. That's true. For me, I see the coding aspect in Blueprints, because I mean, what do you do in code, right? You set up data types, and you use those data types in functions to get a desired result, and that's kind of what happens in BPs. So it's definitely, I can see where you don't necessarily get the same. It's not as quick, right? Like, you can create a function in here pretty quick, and things in Blueprint can be tedious at point, and that's when it's nice to switch over to C++, the C++ end of Unreal Engine, because things are quicker, which is why I'm doing things this way. But it looks like the movement, since the movement component is already a part of the character, it might be easier to do it in BP. I don't know. But what I do know is that this looks a lot easier to manage than having like a, 10,000 kilometer blueprint that's just got nodes everywhere. Emine asks, Stay Real, do you use Scratch? He does. Turbo Warp is better Scratch. I was using that too. Then I learned C# and Unity and Python and web development and more. Good for you, Iman. Keep it up, man. Nice. And I'm 13 years old. Yeah, he's young. Emine actually helped me with my Discord. So I appreciate you, Emine. If anyone's a part of the Discord and you like it, you can attribute that to him. So make sure to give a warmly thank you to him. Straylock says, awesome. Mon, wish I started that early. So do I. Dang, he did start. I'm 14 right now, and I'm still learning. It's all right, man. You'll get there. We're all still learning. You'll always be learning. The only thing is, I feel like the entry level into it is going to be a lot more difficult. But, coding is eventually going to be something that is taught at schools separately as a class, I believe, just because technology is such a huge part of our society. I think at some point people are going to have to know how to code to do certain things. STA, excited about what's your goals? Stay excited about your goals. Yeah, you must stay excited. 'Tis the only way, I say. That's what gets me through the day. When did you start, Straylock, learning how to program? I didn't start until I was like 20 something, but I didn't really start until I started doing game design or game development on Unity, like 6-7 years ago. But yeah, my biggest advice to you guys is, I know there's probably an easy tutorial out there to teach you how to do something, but it's really important to try to figure out a problem on your own. It's one thing if you need to know how to set up something in particular, but like if you have Legos, like a box of Legos, and you want to build a car, you shouldn't go online to figure out how to actually do it. You should try to figure it out on your own, because then that'll help you think differently, and it'll help you in the long run with how you handle everything you do. Uh, Stay Real said he started a year ago. True. In college at like 19 or something. I'm 28 now. Woo! You're younger than me. Are you a designer or artist? Me or Straylock? Who? Wasted my young years mostly drinking and being dumb. We can both agree on that. That was something I was doing too, man. I'll say this, chat. The Lord pulled me from a dark place. Pulled me from a dark place. And I would not be where I'm at right now without him. And that is the primary reason as to why I want to devote my career to him. Because, one, I don't see a lot of other people doing it. Just like saying, yeah, this is what I'm doing. So yeah. But yeah, we should... Wait, I didn't check to see if I fixed that, did I? With the whole walking thing. Yeah, we did. We fixed it, chat. By the way, wall jumping is going to be a lot cleaner in the future. You're going to go further, and it's going to be more, I think, direct. We'll have to test out some stuff with it. Always my father say, don't waste your time because time equals money in the future. Yeah, your father is not wrong, and it is very wise for you to listen to him. All right, let's get back to vaulting. So let's go ahead and write this out. Paint. That's not what I wanted to paint. So here's our character. I want something for something short like this, right? And then something for longer scenarios. But genuinely, if it's longer than that, right? Like, let's say it's long. I want him to be able to jump over stuff like this, right? He can jump over that. He'll run up to this. He can jump over this, right? For something like this, I want him to jump on, but he just continues walking. And that's the vaulting idea I'm working on right now. For this height, this particular height, I want him to be able to vault up stuff probably about to his head. So we're going to have some other ones in the future that we're going to have to work on because, yeah. And then after that, we can start doing other things. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for right now, it's primarily the movement on the roadmap. On the roadmap, we have some menu stuff, but now that I'm thinking, I'm going to need some enemies and probably a little bit of procedural generation to kind of showcase what I'm thinking. And then we can go on Kickstarter, and hopefully by then, when we get to that point, we would have developed more people looking at the project. Human is made to learn from his birthday until he dies, so even when we are old, we keep learning. Yeah, that or we just sit around and... I mean, you learn regardless. So, even if you're sitting down watching some TV, you're probably thinking something. I heard some people got internal dialogue. I got to figure out that too at some point. We got to get sliding because when he slides down, I want him to fall off right after a slide. If you don't jump before then, your character will fall off, which will kind of incentivize people to do it quickly. We're going to have to increase the jump velocity when we're on the walls to give it some more oomph. But right now, I keep looking at that, but we're going to have to focus on the problem at hand. And let's go into here and let's get back into the scene menu where we have all of our stuff. Let's go ahead and add in a cube to kind of give us a good idea of how high we're going to have to jump. Let's increment this. Why isn't it incrementing? I have it snapped on. That's interesting. We should probably put something there for him to step up on, huh? Yeah, if you don't jump, you will slide. Yeah, I mean, that's how you get the incentive, right? If there's no punishment for it, people will just sit there for days. And you want them to make a decision. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom, guys. Hello, PC. Hello, stream. Hello, Emine. At some point, guys, I'm probably going to have to start working on the title. Why there is 3 views, but no one is chatting here? I mean, you're chatting right now. And most people want... I've noticed one thing. Some people will come in and they'll watch. And they'll follow and subscribe and stuff, but they don't talk because they're like, oh, we want him to concentrate. And, you know, if you're one of those people, that's cool. But if you're not, it's fine. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. Essentially, I'm streaming because I like chatting with people. So while we're running, man, do we have to make a vaulting, like something like a vaulting system for when we're in an idle? That's what I'm wondering now. Okay, now 1 gone, we are 2. Oh no, that's fine, man. People will enter and leave the chat and then they'll re-enter. It's kind of what happens. It's part of the business. We all got really busy lives, so it's fine. I mean, I'm grabbing the whole entire bottom half. Okay. So I'm thinking, do we do this from I'm back. Stay real. Thank you for being back, my friend. How you doing? So I'm thinking we'll have to jump. And I don't know if we have to do this from an idle pose, a run mode, or run pose. I mean, I guess we should do it from the run. We should base it off the run. So let's go in here. First, we'll switch over to wherever run is. Boom. And we are going to go into the Blender file. We're going to go into actions. We're going to find Vault, and we're going to go ahead and delete that because I was alone chatting here. I can tell, yeah, from all the history. My man Emine just being a superhero at this point, upping my algorithm, even when no one's here. Much love to you, man. I really appreciate the love and support. So, there's got to be a way to buy Terminator. Yeah. Buy Terminator.
I will be back. Now. You will rule the day.
Yeah, that was bad. Don't judge me, chat. Don't judge me, guys. I'm just trying to think, like, if I got 1 foot. Because we have to, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch into object mode. I'm going to bring this over here. And then we're essentially going to work it like this, pose mode. And yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this, guys. All right, we're just going to, thank you. We're just going to go for it. We're going to put this up here. What's going on with his arm? What it is this. I'm going to attempt my very best at creating a vaulting animation, but I've never done it before, so I don't know how it's going to play out. So if we have to scrap it, that's why. But I'm thinking we would just use this as our base. The only issue is that I'm seeing is that when we blend back into the other one, it'll snap him down, which I'm not too excited for. Let's go ahead and look at Mixamo. Vault. So we have our vault here. Mm. He vaults into a chair. He does vault into a chair, doesn't he? Oh, it's cover. He's vaulting into cover, but it does look like a chair. Oh, that's good, man. Thank you for calling that out. All right, so I'm thinking we're gonna have to have some running involved in but the only thing is like we probably move him down. So right here. Right. Somewhere right here. We got to like have this foot jump up. I feel like his hand would come up, like he would, like you put your hand up, right? Gonna have a slide mechanic. I mean, most likely, because we gotta have to slide. I want to have some interesting terrain, right? But I'm thinking like location, rotation there. Let's just lock all these in. Boom. And then we'll figure out everything after this point. I would like to see him slide down things, but you're thinking like run, and then if you press down, he'll slide. I'm back because it's my mother's birthday. So, oh, that's nice. Tell your mom I said happy birthday. So by the time we're here, hold up. Let me just lock this in. Boom. And I don't know if at this point if when we have him come up here, we'll have to figure this out. probably want those up, huh? And this is just rough. Yeah, that looks like dookie. We jump. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So 12 would be the mid gate. Hold on, someone's vacuuming. Never mind. I don't know why animating take a lot of time. That's why I don't like character modeling. It's something you gotta do, gotta get used to, gotta get into the workflow. Let's see what Reddit has to say. Let's see it. I'm playing around with base third-person game project. Like people have like what is it? Control tab. Let's make this smaller. I don't even know if this is gonna be useful. Crap. I mean, this is up to his chest right here. But I kind of want him to jump on that. Is there any way, can I export this? That'd be nice. Just like export this so I can get the direct size immediately. We still got to make that better. It doesn't look as grand as I want it to be. We move here, but when we hit, I mean, I think we automatically step on top of anything shorter. So let's go ahead and copy that, paste that. I would like him to. What's the step up? Add some light and decorations for the environments. I will eventually. So that he just climbs up. But stuff like this, he doesn't. Where is that at exactly? It's right up to his chin. Let's work on that one. And don't tell me. Is this on run? Oh my gosh, guys. I was changing the entire run system. So let's go to idle. No, I'm creating all these animations I don't need. This is gonna be really tedious, guys, just so you know. I think. But I don't know. Hmm. Five times 152, 152,585 equals 10 to the power of 5 divided by 2. He's testing my math. It equals 3.025. To the log of 3. I don't even know if that's right. So, I guess we just launch him up now. I'm like over here thinking. I'm thinking too much, and I don't need to think too much. These stinking things, man. So he's gonna jump up here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. I told you. I told you. I told you, Iman. Iman. There's no jump. Maybe if I like... I feel like... This is some big brain stuff because I'm trying to think like, how is it gonna or blend into the next one, you know? Because it all starts from here at the center. So if I shift this up here, if I blend it, I'm afraid that it'll, you know, and if I change the root, look what happens, right? So at the end of it, do I have to like bring this back down? I feel like he's hanging on to it too much. I kind of want him to launch himself up. Right. So I'm going to have to get rid of this last one here. Yeah, but dang it, we don't want this to move from the center. But I guess what we could do is move this. Right? Okay, never mind. We're gonna move that instead. Let's see how that works. I kind of want him to launch up on top, right? Make the leg get over it. Yeah, I know, but I'm slowly getting there. Woo! I'm slowly getting there, mate. Well, so we're gonna jump. Jesus. Does that look like I'm clicking on that blender? Of course, I gotta click other 1,000 doodahs. Let's try to make the leg get over. I don't think I'm gonna have him hop on top of this. Sorry, guys.
Yo, change that beat up. Here we go.
All right, so when we come up, we're jumping. And I think the issue is we have like all these different type of This has got to be fast, though. Pip, I need you to come here and let me pet you, buddy. I'm in a desperate situation. My brain can't fathom how to do this, man. Come here, Pip. Come here. Come here, Pippy. Don't make me get you. I'll kiss you on stream and embarrass you in front of everyone. My cat's just looking at me like, try it. So I'm thinking, boom. We don't even need to go that high. We could go about right here. Right? And then at this point, all right, guys, we just have him sit down. I don't know why it does that when I do that, right? But it does, and it makes me mad. But if I do that, it's fine then. I think the best thing to do here is to go into the idle and grab that, right? And then we go into vault, chin, vault chin. I want this quicker. And I want it better. Right now we're launching, but you gotta imagine that this, as it's going, like is gonna come underneath, right? And by that time, this will be like right here. And then it's right here. And then he lands. So it'll look like he landed on top of it. Right? And then I think like you should turn the head down as the character is starting to jump. Gives a more potent feel of impulse. You think so? I'll have to take care of this. Do you know how to do vaulting? Because I don't. That's why I'm like struggling. I just want to get something that I know will work, because from my demonid? From my perspective, it's like, oh, you're jumping up. But the thing is that all of the animation, like when you put this character on, he's going to be at this point. And when he's jumping up, right, we're moving that point. So it looks like he's moving, but really the capsule will be here, and it's currently moving up here. And it's about getting the animation to work. So I'm like, really, this might take a bit. This is why I wasn't, because I want him to like jump on top of it when it's at his chin level. If you're running up to it, he'll hit it, jump up, land, and keep running, right? So I'm trying to make it quick, but at the same time, it's like, well, I have to return to this state where he's on the ground here. So the way I see it is we're jumping up at this point, the capsule's right here. He lands down, but then it's like, oh crap. He'll be up here, so he'll be higher. I'm back. I ate the cake. No, the cake is a lie, Iman. Iman. I gotta use the restroom. The monad. The monad. Help me. I'm back. I guess it would work if I just started the vaulting. If I just got the vaulting working. Right? No, this is by no means me trying to not do this, okay? That's definitely not it. I just want to be able to put this in, check it, and then if it doesn't work, iterate, go back into Blender, yada yada. But I haven't seen anything on vaulting, so it's making me believe that this is some this is an earned ability. It's either, you know, it's something taught in school, right? So we get this. Now we want to transform to that if we keep moving forward, right? We want him to move up here. But we want to put this on a for loop and shoot it across. Crocopede, that is a system to create those animations detached from the collider. So I think that's probably... Sounded like someone was snoring. I was like, dude, first I hear vacuuming and now I hear snoring. Like, no one should be in my house right now. It was like someone coming in my house, cleaning, and then taking a nap. Like, yeah, we jump up. We're gonna be in for a fun ride, chat, just so you know. So we're probably not gonna need this because we could just use the movement state to dictate if we're vaulting. We're vaulting. Bull vault get world line trade single by channel. So the thing we're gonna want to do here, chat, is we're gonna do a for each loop, right? So then we create a capsule at this point, right? And then we're debugging that. but we're going to want to create a multitude of them. I'm just put a note in here. Handle climbing up ledge in here. Why game dev is funny but harder? I don't know, man, but that's the case. So we got our this, but vault hit, get world. So I'm assuming here I'm plugging in that mid hit and then the start location and that, and then we're using that here. We're using the vault hit, and if we get a hit, then we're gonna do this, but we want to make a for loop. I was about to mess up a freaking simple for loop, dude. I'm thinking, obviously, X++, but you know, we could do like vault steps. That way we can manipulate this depending on what we're reading in the future. For now, I'll do one. Actually, let's just do that since it's a local. We're gonna cast down. Actually, I want to test this out, right? So we'll do 2. We'll cast down, and on each, we'll have to put a local here. Oh. And we'll have to times it by the vault step. That's what I'm getting. Game dev feels like building with Legos, building the Lego pieces and standing on Lego is fun and pain at the same time. Exactly. And dancing on Lego pieces, because you got to remember, we like to try to have fun, but then we realize when we try to have fun, we're just putting ourselves in more pain. That's exactly what we're doing. So I'm trying to think with my little brain. We have a F hit result that's going to cast down, right? I'm trying to think of the logic I had when I wrote this. Was this? Yeah. Because I'm thinking like we're iterating over down a downcast because we're casting down. If we're not hitting a vault hit, This is what we're using to get the half height and radius and everything. I was trying to see where my character would end up, but now I want to shoot over multiple. But it just looks like we're creating a capsule at the end location. But we're not even using the cast down end location. So I'm assuming this won't even work if we run it. Essentially what we're going to do is shoot essentially for loop over and see if we can do more. So when we hit this, we want to raise up and cast down. So the end location. That's so weird. The start is the same as the end location, and I don't know why. You think it would shoot down. And it says start, and that's it. But then if we go like that, we get the end with the rotation in it and all. I don't even know what this, if we don't hit, if the vault hit, vault check, where is even vaulting at? I think it's in wall check. I gotta see how all this plays out. Else if we're gonna vault check. So essentially it covers these. We get the top hit. We do this top start location, and then we give the end location. But in vaults, our top, this is the top hit, which is essentially this one. Our end, right? What do you want? I'm not going to do a constant reference there. So we have our hit. We have the start location. Bull vault get hit. And the end location. This is using the top hit though. We should be using maybe the end location to shoot down to see what we can hit. I think I wrote this funky. I mean, it works, but it looks like it works because I messed with the end location here. The end location, the cast down location, which we're not even using. So we're just using the end location of this for the start. And then our end location is end location again. But the end location is one singular point. So we're using this end location here. Oh, you know what it is? It's that end location. And the half height is what's creating all this. All right. my brain finally did things. So spaces forward. What I'm gonna want to do is draw a debug for each one of these. We can put whatever there. And we're not. I mean, I guess we're creating a capsule. So this is going to be essentially, the half height is going to be the length. This is the radius. So why don't we do a capsule hit instead? I mean, we could just do a line trace. I don't know why someone would use a cast down. Well, this is, I mean, a for loop is pretty much the same in C# as well. But I'm just literally trying to figure out the logic behind my code I wrote. So we have a ground vector, which I don't even know why we have this. May get rid of that. And the cast down end location for this is the end location of this, but down times 100. And that's the only issue of doing this in C++. They have so much debugging features in blueprints. And here you have to manually do it. So if you get a hit, you have to switch it to green at that point and then draw a like a sphere at the hit location. Right? But I kind of like the idea of, I don't know why we would need a capsule. It's an entire sweep on my end, or like when we're shooting down, we might need it to, in the future, like if we put it down, we hit it there, or we hit there, and then we would use the half height to go up, create a capsule, and then we would essentially check to see if there was anything in the proximity. Because if there's not enough room, then there's not enough room, right? Hey, Phantom, how's it going? Thank you for entering the stream. But yeah, I think we can, for now, use this. We could just do like a debug, draw line, or what was it? Line, right? What is this going to take? Get world. Then we're going to put line start, which will be where should we start this at, chat? So forward times, I mean, I could get this right here. Trying to figure out where I should start this at. I mean, they also have other features like check floors, so maybe I could like do that and then create another floor instance and check if that's a valid floor to walk on, and then yada yada. But we can hammer at this for a while. Phantom says on YouTube, so I'm making a game again. What game? Sorry, I put my mouth literally right on the mic. And that's good to hear you're doing well, Phantom. You have a goof idea or a good idea? Because sometimes goofy ideas are great ideas. So they can be both if that's what it is. Hey, I'll be right back. I'll read your comments when I get back. I'm going to go grab a water. Good idea? Okay. What's do you want to share the good idea or no? By the way, welcome everybody in chat. To all the viewers lurking and talking. Hope you're having a good day. So, the lines start which is weird because now that I look at this vaulting check, guys, we put in the top hit, the end location. Here we are. If we get the forward, we're gonna times this by for vault checks, for wall checks. So you're making a game on Unity? You got to tell me the idea, man, or is it just too good to not tell? You don't want someone to snipe it? I get it. I have my notepad open here for a reason. It's reasonable for you to not trust me. Look out. Just writing a memo here for Phantom's game idea. There we go. So yeah, whenever you're ready to tell it to me, man. I'm all ears. I'm joking, by the way. So I guess the forward is just the cast distance for vault checks, which is going to be in my player controller. Honestly, what we need to do eventually is get a background sky or something and start doing some scene setting up. I would love to do some, grass, shrubbery, foliage, stuff like that. Vault. Cast distance for vault checks. Cast distance for wall checks. So 75 altogether. And I'm guessing that's something I just tested out and came to the conclusion of. But what can I learn from how this code is presented? Because if I wrote it and I don't remember it and I don't get it, then there's something wrong with it, maybe. So I know this is just going to return something on 1, so it's just essentially 1 or -1 times 75. And that's the forward direction. And this is equal to the top start location, which is at the top, plus the forward. So we're moving 75 over. In vault check here, what we need to do iteration loop. Right? And then we come over here and add this here. And we'll put this float iteration. Nope. Iteration loop. Then I just got to get my brain working again. Yeah, multiplayer is very hard to do because you have to send so much information, and then depending on how complex your game is, right, it can vary because that's more information you have to send over, right? Yeah, what we'll do is we'll just create a float here. Iteration equals all this. Yeah, Unity is, I think anything is hard. You know, depending on the project. Like if you're just making something where the goal is to jump, you know, it's a little bit easier, but there's still aspects to it that are going to be hard, you know. So how you doing, Phantom? I know you said you're doing good, but you're very short today. You all right, man? By the way, I got to write your name down in here because I'm counting you guys as early supporters. So hopefully one day if things go well, maybe I can send out something to you guys as a token of appreciation. Top start location, end location, and iteration. So essentially how the vault check is going to work is we're going to be using this iteration loop, and we're going to multiply it by this, right? Vault steps. We're going to times this by, we're going to make another float. Yeah. See that? Just people I've seen that are in here during these early stages that I've seen a lot of. I'm writing it down. Bud Light from Twitch asks, what are you currently working on? I'm currently working on the vaulting system and setting up raycasts to essentially iterate over a certain distance. And then depending on certain aspects, you'll be able to vault it or not vault it. Or it'll basically tell you what you can and can't vault. Phantom, it's essentially a list that I'm writing up to essentially, if things go well, I would be sending out a token of appreciation to people who've been showing support since the beginning. And yes, Bud Light, you're on here too, okay? I know how to display chat. What do you mean? I have chat too. I get to see all you beautiful people talking. So, this is taking a lot longer than it should. And it's probably because everyone's watching. So we have a cast down. And every time we go up, I'm going to take the iteration here. F vector, not an F vector. Float. Next iteration. And that's going to be equal to forward. Or the iteration loop times the vault step. Or X. Right, so when X is 1, it's going to be that. When X is, 2, 75, it'll be 150. In OBS Studio, yeah, in OBS Studio Stream, yeah, I have chat right here. This is OBS. It's restreamed, so I have access to all my chats universally throughout all the platforms I'm currently streaming on. So, yeah. But like on the screen of the stream, oh, I can do that with a widget, but oh yeah, I could. That way, that'll help you guys see when someone else from another chat is talking with me. That's a good idea. Thank you. That is a good idea, Iman. Draw a debug line. So first, we got the iteration loop. We're gonna cast down. We're gonna make a bool here. Bool cast hit equals, get world dot line trace single by channel. Then we can, put in cast down. What is this? So we'd be doing cast down, and the start should be so the start location that we currently have for the first one is, where is it at? Where am I calling this? My name should be on the top of every list. Here, let's fix that, guys. There. You're at the top now, buddy. You know I appreciate you, Doug. I'm joking. I'm joking. Just for visual proof. There you go. Right there at the top. Right? But like, oh, it's mine, translate it into Arabic and see the pronunciation. Yeah, I would love to see it. If you're a part of the Discord, you can share it in the work and tell category under game, and I can take a peek at it. If you have something, oh, here? Yeah, I would love to, read, right? Because I'm reading it. But yeah, I would love to hear about the idea. Yeah, none of my things are working. Let's just look for vault. So it looks up that phrase particularly, not... I could probably change that in here. Go to navigation bar. Meh. Now I gotta find it in here. But by the way, I did say, yeah, I would love to hear it. In case you didn't hear that. I told you before I'd love to hear it. You didn't say anything. Here's the pronunciation I just copied. Amen. Amen. It's a multiplayer open world game. You can customize your character, buy and decorate a house, go to school, get a job, edit, and the best part, magic school, where you need to learn how to control your power. Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds like Harry Potter, though. You make your own version of Harry Potter. Crap, where am I calling this at? Let's just get rid of all this. I'm just like getting towards... Oh crap, I thought it was 2. I gotta get my kids soon. Yeah, it is hard to go from working with animations to programming. Shouldn't it be in here? Yeah, it's right here. So we're taking the top start. The forward is this times this, and we're just getting the iteration. But this is the vector. And the end location is just this top start location plus forward. That's interesting. Why would the end be that? Not really. I inspired the game from GTA and a game named Royal High from Roblox. Oh, okay. Sorry for the grammatical mistakes. No, you're fine, man. I make those mistakes all the time. English is not my... Yeah, I mean, I speak it, but I'm not good at writing it. Although I will say that I feel like I'm a lot easier to... It's nicer to write what you're trying to do instead of say it, just because I slur words a lot. So, you know, with that, you can think while you're writing. Oh, hey, Bud Light, do you know Days Before came out? The day before. Mostly overwhelmingly negative. This is not open world MMO. This is small area extraction shooter. The devs deleted all the old videos showing the open world elements. The city is dead and there are barely any open buildings. There are no survival elements in the game because it's based on being an extraction based shooter game like Tarkov. Shame the game could have been Next Day Z. I would not recommend buying this game. Most of the city isn't open anyways. Turns out it is a real game. Kind of wish it wasn't. Oh my god. Poor guys. No melee in a survival game? Not an MMO, not open world. Lying about the genre is a bad start. It's a bad Tarkov with zombies. Bud Light is a viewer over on Twitch, and he's a personal friend of mine. He is a personal friend. Let's see. Vault steps. My only issue is that our cast down is completely off, it feels like. Is that the start position that I'm using it as? All checks. The end location is this plus this. So it's casting from... Essentially, the ray is casting from left to right. And it's not casting down. Right? The top start location is the top hit, the top start location is this, which is okay. I'm scared to start the project. I will start with an authentication system like making an account. My best advice for you is to just start working on the mechanics of the game, like moving, walking, sort of like what I'm doing. Make sure those are good because, you know, what do we do in games? We interact. So you want to make sure you get all that interaction finished, and then, you know, somewhere in the middle of that or towards whatever time you want to do it realistically, you start adding all those things, right? But yes, I wouldn't start with like an authentication system, because the thing is that you're making a multiplayer game, so you're gonna have to figure out like where you're gonna run your servers, how to send those servers the information, how are you gonna display that in your code. With Unreal, their entire movement system has all that already implemented into it, from what I know. So we have our vault. The top start location looks like it's, yeah, I mean, even for this, we're doing the top hit, top start location plus raycast travel distance, what is essentially just, why didn't I multiply that? I'm so confused. Regardless, it's 0 on all the other access, I'm assuming, and that's why it works. Like reading this and I'm like, feels wrong. Especially in the vaulting here. Regardless. We want to cast down. And for our start position, we want to the start location. You know what? Let's, before we do anything, right? What is it? Control Alt that. I just want to see exactly what I'm working with here, because draw debug sphere. Get world. The start constant at center, which is probably the start location. Start location, no. That one. And then we want the radius. I don't care. We can make it 30. Segments. I don't know, chat, what? 8. And they have a bunch of stuff they already have here. What is it, like 1? Tell me the thing. -1, 0, 0. -1, 0, 0. I kind of want to say true. Persistent just means it never goes the right way, right? Can you stop doing that, please? Hello, it's Iman. Hello, Iman. From another account, I'm assuming. Oh, on Twitch. Hey, man. Yeah, see, I knew the start location was off. Well, that's fine. We'll take the start location. Make... Okay. I feel like we should start climbing right here. Oh, hey, Uman Drag. I kind of want to say that dramatic. Uman Drag. Thank you for the follow over there at Twitch. You are amazing, and I appreciate you. Oh, we're getting some stutters. It's probably because of all this debug stuff. I'm really going to have to go through here at some point and figure out what could be bogging it down. It's probably because I was just sitting there and it keeps drawing it. No, you. No, you. You. Once again, thanks for being here. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to essentially start from here. Or actually, let me just go back. Boom, F8. We're going to start from here. It'll be 75 over. It'll cast, and it'll 75 cast, and then we can base it off steps. Iman, no me. No you. The game is growing every day. Yes, it is, Iman. It's growing every day. Some days it grows more than others, and that's just a part of the process. But I want to make sure this is written properly because I don't want any hiccups later down the road. That's the biggest issue, is having any type of hiccup. So, with that being said, let's take the start location now, right? And we're going to multiply this by the iteration loop equals. I could multiply equals to that. What do you mean? I guess we do have to do that. We can just plus equal, right? There's no way that's gonna work. Because that's a float. So what we gotta do is make an F vector. Forward. Do you have to get your child from school? Yes, I will here in about the next 40 or so minutes. And then we'll be back on it tomorrow. And I think, honestly, I really have been enjoying working on this even after school. So I think next week we might start having streams in the evening to about 8 o'clock, starting from 5. So we'll stream for another 3 hours, right? Around 5 o'clock, work on this some more. And then, depending on how I feel, I'll switch over to my other stream. But this is going to be what? F matrix. Let's see. How do they get it up here? It's in move. We use F rotation matrix, and then we use the get unit access E. Let's just copy this. So it was indeed something like that, but now we have the forward direction of the character. It's 11 p.m. here, so I'll be sleeping. Well, it's, you know, you got to get that sleep in, man. It's important. So I just appreciate you being here. If you can't make those streams, it's all right. We'll catch you in the morning streams, you know. But don't stay up all night watching, because I know what it's like to be sleep deprived, and it's not a fun experience. So don't let yourself experience that. But now that we have that, we can take the forward direction. I guess we could say F vector iteration. We can equal this to the forward multiplied by the iteration. Was that next or the iteration loop? And let me guess. Make it a constant. We want constant. Oh my gosh, I get it. In the morning, you will be sleeping. I know, man. I'll be sleeping good. And on Saturday, I'm gonna try to do a lot of stuff for maintenance purposes with the community. For instance, over there on Twitch, you guys are kind of barren. And what I mean by that is you don't have a banner. You guys don't have panels, so I gotta set those up. I gotta make them for the Twitch channel, and then we gonna drop them Monday. So if you're over at Twitch, you're gonna get a makeover Monday. Also, I might work on some notifications for the stream for, you know, subscribers on YouTube and followers on Twitch, and, you know, super chats and stuff like that. We'll handle it another date. I was hoping to do some stuff with Judah. Makes like a animation with an alpha involved. So we have the forward direction times the iteration loop, which essentially is just going to be, you know, a 001 or a 100, and when we multiply it, it'll be 00 besides the 1, which would add our iteration, right? So now if we were to take the start location and add the iteration to it, when we compile this and run this, it'll be to the right or to the left. See? Okay, gotta go. Have a good day while I have a good night. Sounds good, Iman. Thank you again, man, for joining into the channel. You have an excellent day when I'm sleeping, and I'll catch you in the afternoon, or evening, I should say. Thank you for staying and hanging out. All right, so now that we have that, we know we're going to be drawing over, so we can kind of bring this back to life. Boom, 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 boom. Iterations. Woo. I was excited for that game, and now I'm immediately not excited. Like, at all. 2,000 people. Really upset. Makes sense. So let's draw and debug this line. And first, we're probably going to want to set up this line trace appropriately. If casts hit, then we'll draw debug. We will draw a bug. We'll draw the bug. But first, what we need to do is take the iteration and multiply it by the x. And that's going to be So the next iteration is going to be essentially the start location plus this location. By the way, guys, we do have a Discord. If you're interested in joining, I can do this. And that should give you guys a Discord link. Starting a little community in there. And if you like games, you don't need to be a Christian to be involved, right? If you like just looking at cool stuff, if you like the development process, you're welcome here, right? This is a place where bygones can be bygones and we can hang out and talk about game development, games, stuff like that. But I am Christian, so obviously we all need to be respectful of each other, and that's it. Let's do a cast bool, cast hit, get world, line trace, single by channel. We have our start location, which is that. So we're going to put the next iteration here as the start location. For our end location, we're going to want to shoot down, which is going to be our cast down end location, right? Then we're going to want to, what is this, a channel? We got our end, we got our trace channel. We're going to want E collision channel, make this visibility. Then we have our own collision query params. Collision parameters. And then for this last one, we can say F collision response params, and we can just set those to the default response, okay? Move variable to if statement. Nah, I don't want to do that. But I guess that might work a little bit better. I don't know. But we could draw debug the line now, with the start location being the next iteration and then the cast down end location. If color red, false, -1 0 0. All right, and then I want to draw a sphere, and I want this sphere to be smaller, so we're gonna put it like 10 with a color of like, yeah, we'll do red. We'll cast down from there. Turn this to false because we don't want these spawning. But essentially we're gonna copy this and make the center point of the hit, cast hit, we're going to do this. And instead of the center being that, we're gonna make it the cast hit or the cast down dot impact point, right? All right, let's do green on the impact point. Oof. We don't want any of those. We do green here. Right now we're having an issue where we're getting, if you notice, this one's shooting a raycast here when it should be here. That's interesting. That is unexpected. Let's make this 5, right? Compile that. Oof. Big oof. So it looks like these are running fine, but we have to fix the points. So the cast down location is using this as a method. The first one, 0. Which is interesting. So it x equals 0. We should do 1. Right? So this is going to run 4 times instead of 6 times, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. But anyways, the cast down location should be the end location of... Let's look at the end location up here really quick. End location is the top start location, which is the same thing we use here, plus the forward. This is not correct. All right, guys. This end location is bogus. Top start location we get from here, and that is essentially equivalent to where I want the top hit to start, which is right here. Just cast forward, right? We're not drawing a freaking sphere at the top, man. Kind of like the sphere at the top. But yeah, the end location is this plus this, when it should be, the end location should be handled elsewhere. So let's get rid of the end location in this, in here. Let's go to vault check and also get rid of it here. Let's go to vault check. Okay, never mind. We got to scroll all the way down. Don't you love when that happens, guys? It's always a very fun feeling when you have to do that. But let's go ahead and make this a constant as well. So at the moment, we don't have an end location. You know what this is? Okay, I know what this is for. I know what this is for. Cast array casts to check if vault would be blocked. But yeah, we're gonna have to really iron this entire function out. Can I even call this now? Whatever, vault check. I mean, I guess it's running. But yeah, that should fix the issue we have where it's only traveling so far. And look at that. So 6, what we can do is just plus the, so like if I were to do this, I could just say vault steps equals vault steps plus 1. So I'm saying 5 here, but really it's 6, but we're gonna expect 5 iterations, right? Still only saying 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it looks like there's 1 that's interesting. So that should be 6. This should read 6. I haven't used the breakpoints in here before. I don't know if it'll even let me. I also want to make that wall jump depending on where the player is looking. Oh, you know what it is it's not hitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And if it doesn't hit, then we know Right, we can iterate over it. I'm trying to figure out what else I could do in like 20 minutes. So we have that built up. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. Yeah. All right. I think we're going to call it at that, guys. It's almost 2 anyways. I feel like this is a good moment to stop. So if you're new to the channel and you've subscribed, you're a follower, if you're just lurking, you know, by the way, if you're lurking and you like what you see, make sure to like what you see, man. On YouTube, hit the like button, right? However, if you want to watch more game development, please click that follow button or the subscribe button on YouTube, right? All the support means a whole lot to me. This project means a lot to me. Ria, sorry for not being in chat very much. I've been watching. I gotta go now, but I did start modeling the trash can already. Sweet. When you're finished, make sure to share it in the Discord. But other than that, you know, I'm gonna head out of here. If you want to know the stream schedule, we have it on Twitch, but essentially it's Monday to Friday, every day between 10 a.m. PST to about 2 p.m. PST. Okay. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna head out. Much love. God bless. Jesus loves you. All that stuff. Peace.